I'm politicking with the homie poet, PoPolitickin. Self-help meets hip-hop. That's fucking beautiful. What up, Po? What up, DJ Period? Just two black brothers. I see y'all out there doing what y'all do, preserving the hip-hop culture and introducing the future stars. Keep shining, kings. Real and recognize real. Love is love. Salute. Yeah.
PoPolitickin.com.
How beautiful behind your veil, this might as well be fairy tale. Your lips are like a scarlet cord, your fragrance my new favorite smell, my lady well. You are a garden, spring flowing, fresh water from the well of Lebanon, darling like garden. I'm honored, my mama will be honored to pass the baton as the number one woman. I'm trying to get captured and locked away till infinity. For now the winter has passed, the time of singing has come. This for my beautiful one. I keep falling in love with you, falling in love with you, falling in love with you. You make me wanna say, falling in love with you. Captured my heart, captured my heart. I keep falling in love with you, falling in love with you. You make me wanna say, love is not purely emotional. Most of these quotables folk done wrote overlook. Common sense tells us that some days you feel differently about your spouse or the one you cuffin' or lovin'. Especially couples that argue about nothing and spill it in public, then go home and cook dinner and push through their feelings. They know they ain't happy but know they committed despite the conditions. Cause love is an action, they wake up and practice. They never move backwards, they only move forward. They make up on mattress, that's love.
It's all about you right now. Let's make the Father proud. You know the enemy hates when married people make love. Yeah, like that. Just relax.
Them haters cannot see us. I got bright ideas, and the sex sounds we make sound like onomatopoeias. I'm gon' lay you down like vocals, I'm gon' slide in you like Visa. Glad we waited till our wedding day. Make love in front of Jesus. Make love in front of Jesus. Glad we waited till our wedding day. Make love in front of Jesus. Damn, we done missed our own reception. Tell your family I ain't mean it, huh? Captured my heart, captured my heart. I keep falling in love with you, falling in love with you, falling in love with you. You make me wanna say, falling in love with you. Captured my heart, captured my heart. I keep falling in love with you, falling in love with you, falling in love with you. You make me wanna say,
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you go on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, type in PoPolitickin. Listen to my interviews since 2008. 1212, I'm a place to be with Cellus Hamilton. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. Honored to be on with you, man.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, you kind of look like Charles Hamilton a little bit. Y'all related or what?
Man, who knows nowadays, you know what I'm saying? But if music is in the blood, then shoot, maybe.
All right. So, is that your real name? Where your name come about?
My name is Marcellus, but everybody growing up, they call me Cellus, so it just kind of was the name that just seemed like it went with it.
All right. And then, where's your background? Where you from?
So I'm originally from Atlanta, grew up there, and I've only been living in New York now for 3 years now. So my musical start and everything was down in the A on the north side of Atlanta. So that's where all my roots are, straight from the A-town.
So what part of Atlanta?
North side, Cobb County.
So who from over there?
So when you look at people like K-Camp come from over there. DJ Southern Bread. So you got the war between two north sides. You got what the Migos call the north side, which is Gwinnett County.
Yeah, I heard that.
You got what people from my side, from Cobb County, call the north side. It's north side, and it's crazy because people from where I'm from Cobb, will tell you that Gwinnett County is the suburbs, and that it ain't no real trap over there where the Migos from and all this kind of stuff. So people on that side of the north side have beef with us because then they try to say the same thing about us, but it's like, we like, okay, y'all got the mansions over there, y'all got the preppy schools, and y'all try to talk about this trap, so somebody lying. So you got this real beef, but Cobb County, we the real Atlanta North Side, though.
I remember you watch wrestling? You ever watch wrestling?
A little bit. I'm not too familiar.
Yeah, I remember Big Boss Man was from Cobb County, Georgia. The one that used to be the cop, he was from Cobb County, Georgia.
Yeah. No, I mean, what's so crazy is Atlanta, though, all as a whole is a culture. And so when you really look at Atlanta, you look at it like people think Atlanta is like these other cities where when you look at it, everybody who's from Atlanta isn't really from the city of Atlanta.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It's probably like that's why I asked you that, because most people I interview, they always say like different places. They say Atlanta, but then they be like, I'm from Decatur, I'm from Zone 3, or, you know. They always naming, I guess it's kind of getting how LA is a little bit.
Exactly, because nobody really from Atlanta really lives in Atlanta. That's why, like, you had Outkast who was from Atlanta, but they was really from, you know what I'm saying, they was actually from the east side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got Ludacris, who's from College Park. You got 2 Chainz, who's from Old Nats. Like, so it's like everybody who's really from Atlanta is such a big culture. Like, when you in the metropolitan Atlanta area, you either work in the city, you either go to school in the city, but nobody lives in the city. You travel, you in traffic, we take them 285 around the Beltway. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole Atlanta vibe. And everybody kind of claims their hood and their neighborhood. And it's something that you only really understand when you really from there.
So what made you move to New York?
I moved to New York, man, because I've been doing music since I was 8 years old. So being in Atlanta and, you know, your hometown a lot of times will be so familiar with you, they won't really support you like a out-of-town city will, because they just looking at you like, yo, you from down the street. So I moved to New York to kind of get a new start with my music and to be able to kind of spread my wings in a new city. And it's so true because I came out here and New York immediately started showing me love. The moment I get on stage and say, yo, I'm from Atlanta, they'll start, you know, paying attention to what I was bringing. And then now all my people in Atlanta that was always sleeping on me because I was the dude from down the street, now they can't take their eyes off me because they want to see what I'm up to and it looks like I'm out. So sometimes you got to leave your hometown. So that's really kind of why I left Atlanta.
All right. You say you've been involved with music since 8?
Yeah, 8 years old.
So just give us the timeline to now.
So 8 years old, my mom was actually a hip-hop artist, so she was rapping and touring, doing her thing. And when my mom, basically one day she let me perform on stage with her, I seen her in the field, you know, rehearsing all her songs and all her sets for her performance childhood. And so my mom was there performing some music from her set. I came on stage with her, kind of just hyping her up, because it's a family gathering. She brought us out on stage. And the energy is there. I'm killing it. And she realized, like, wow, everything I've been doing for the music actually probably was a way to inspire him and teach him everything that I had to learn the hard way. So she actually quit her career right there and just started investing in me, taking me to the studio, you know what I'm saying, putting photo shoots on me. And next thing I know, I just started going hard, writing songs, and dropping albums, and I've been at it ever since.
So were you a kid rapper and stuff?
I was a kid rapper. I had my first music video, came out when I was 11 years old. We shot it downtown Atlanta, underground Atlanta, back when we was wearing throwback jerseys. We had our own little dance. I knew everybody. Like, that's the thing, like, and that's why, like, when you're from Atlanta, it's our music scene is so tight. People still recognize that today. They talk about the love we show for each other. Because everybody knew everybody. Like, we used to do these block parties where we'll come out in the parking lot and literally just bring music and start setting up some speakers and be performing and build a crowd of people right there in the Kroger parking lot. Like, so these is like classic Atlanta things that we did that just kind of helped build my fan base, and I started traveling all around and doing different things around the city. So yeah, I was definitely a kid rapper.
Was your name Lil Cellus?
Nah, my name actually back then, that'd be crazy. So real low key, I just became Cellus. I just started going by Cellus Hamilton. 2016. So before that, I was going by the name MPH. MPH, Man Praising Hard was my name.
What was it?
MPH.
Was
like
it?
miles per hour. So I had a double entendre MPH. I called myself MPH because not only was it my initials, but also I was real influenced by like
Cars.
Twister and the Speed Not Mobsters and a couple people that I grew up with used to rap fast, do the helicopter style, and they were like some of my hip hop mentors. So I used to try to rap fast back then. That was one of my things. So I called myself MPH for my initials for rapping fast, and then also it stood for Man Praising Hard because I was a Christian rapper. So everything I was doing was built on that mantra, like I'm a man praising hard. So it was that was my kid rapper name, MPH Man Praising Hard. I was going all around the city. I was doing open mics and traveling, and even did some small shows in other cities and things like that. I got a chance to perform with John Legend and Patti LaBelle, Yolanda Adams, Kirk Franklin, Hezekiah Walker, B5. Like I was around. I was doing my thing. Stadiums with 50,000 people, Phillips Arena, Gwinnett Arena. Like I was doing it.
Yeah, you should have went by Lil MPH though. Should have threw that Lil in front of it.
Man, it was weird.
You see how everybody named Little now though? Everybody named Little.
Especially at that time, everybody has a name. But then you gotta understand, like I'm coming from the mindset, like I'm from Atlanta, but then everybody was moving into Atlanta and popping. So like Bow Wow had just moved to Atlanta, and
he's from Ohio, I think.
Now he's in Atlanta. Now he's claiming Atlanta. So it's kind of like we all got this feeling like, man, these people coming in here, they ain't really from here. They trying to. So it was this feeling I didn't want nothing to do with Lil, like.
And then are you still a Christian rapper now?
Yeah, I'm still a Christian rapper. So all my music is faith-based. But it's funny now, like, people don't want me to be a Christian rapper no more. Like, people would try to listen to my music and tell me what I am.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of people, I don't know a lot of Christian rappers, but the ones I know, you wouldn't really know they're a Christian rapper unless they tell you, or unless you kind of really think about it, because you might listen to the whole album and be like, damn, I ain't hear no cuss words or nothing. You just start thinking about, he's a Christian rapper, so like, you don't really know sometimes unless they just make it obvious.
And that's what people say about me. Like, I dropped my album, so in 2014, I dropped my album called The Most Beautiful. And it was like an R&B type smooth album that I dropped. And it broke top 50 in the country on the hip-hop charts. No promotion. What I did was I made these big 12 by 12, 12 by 12 posters. And my campaign since the album was called The Most Beautiful was I would go around the city of Atlanta, go around the malls, go around wherever I could, and I would find beautiful women to hold a picture of my album cover up and take a picture and hashtag The Most Beautiful. So all over IG, mind you, IG was still kind of like in its infant stages at this time, so I really took that hashtag The Most Beautiful, and we had women and people every time they got on the Explore page saying my album artwork held up by some kind of IG model from the city who had a bunch of followers. So everybody's clicking like, okay, who is this? I keep seeing this artwork everywhere. And so my album ended up charting with no major promotion. And I mean, so it's been a lot of grind. Like it's been a lot of things, and music is all still about Christ.
So I guess what do you love about music the most?
Man, the thing I love about music the most is I love that music has the power to bring people together. You know, like it's literally a language. So I can be in a different country with people who we don't even speak the same language, but when we hear a song, we can both sing the same words, even though that may not be their native language. Like I was in Colombia and got a chance to rap for some people that were, of course, only speaking Spanish, but they could feel the energy from what I was spitting. And I've even had conversations with other people in Ecuador and things like that about like hip hop culture. And it's like we didn't understand nothing each other was saying until we started talking about hip hop. And you just see people's eyes light up. And it's just like music has that power to bring people together in a way that not many art forms do. And I think I love that not only it does, but I get a chance to be a part of that for somebody else.
What is hip hop to you?
Hip hop to me is a vehicle of storytelling to get people to see something about life that maybe they didn't see before. It was always there in front of them, but they maybe ignored it or maybe their eyes weren't open to it. So I think about when hip hop first started in the South Bronx. You know, hip hop was that homies in the South Bronx was spitting what they was living and spitting what was going on in the community. And the white people around the community who weren't in hip hop culture would listen to the lyrics and not know what it was about. And they would think that it was about, you know, one particular thing when it actually was really about the story of the struggle, about what we're going through and about all the injustice and about all these things. And so hip hop composed a way where we could say the deep things that are in our heart without being in trouble for it, because back then, if you said certain things, you know, it was going to be repercussions. So hip hop was a language where it was like we could bond together and be honest about what's going on, and you understand me, but we're also protected. And so I believe that, especially with what I do with Christian music, like there's a lot of people who don't want anything to do with Christianity because of how corrupt Christians have been in history and how Christianity plays a huge role in the slave trade. And there's so many things that turn people off to Christianity. So you got me, a hip hop artist, a lyricist, and I have a chance to tell you the stories about what's really going on in the church and what's really going on in the streets and how those both meet on the corner and get you to understand both sides of those stories. And so I love being able to be a part of that world.
Right, and who's some of your influences?
Man, my influences, so I'm a huge Nas fan, I'm a huge Lupe fan. I grew up really listening to, like my mom was a huge Pac fan, and she would always talk to me about how the thing that made Pac so compelling was that he was an intellectual behind his lyrics, and she used to always be like, you're like our modern Tupac now, because you have substance behind you and you have knowledge and you know about the systems of this world and you know about what things are really going on, and you're not just an ignorant rapper.
All right, and then what are you working on right now? Your current projects?
Right now, I'm in this weird season. You know, we in quarantine, and I'm very intentional about not just wasting words and wasting songwriting just because I'm on lockdown and it's all I can do. But I promote next time I put out something, it's in close with what the people need to hear, and it's actually not just something I'm throwing away. So right now, I've been doing a lot of writing. I've been perfecting my craft. I've been working on my memorization. I've been doing a lot of reading, getting my vocab up, and just learning a lot. I'm in seminary. I'm low key feel like I'm in a building process because I dropped the album last year on my wedding day. I got married last year. Dropped an album on my wedding day that I dedicated to my wife. And it was an R&B album. I'm rapping on that joint, but I'm rapping about love, and so I dropped that album, and it's been doing really well. And so I've been kind of promoting that and letting that breathe, dropping videos from it, and people have been really gravitating toward it. So I'm kind of in this space where I'm like, as I sit and continue to promote that, I just want to continue to work on myself, become a better artist. I want to grow. I've been doing writing sessions and challenging myself to get better. So honestly, right now, I'm just prepping. Then probably drop a few singles and maybe an album next year. So.
Yeah, so how you had time to drop an album on your wedding day? That's a busy day for most of us. We don't got time to be dropping no albums on our wedding day.
Right, and what's so crazy is everybody advised against it. Everybody was like, I wouldn't drop an album on my wedding day because, you have so many things to focus on, not only leading up to the wedding, but then you're going to be trying to promote the album, and that's going to take away from the wedding, and then after the album drops, you're going to be on your honeymoon trying to promote your album, and they were like, people were just saying like it's not going to work, but cool thing was, for me, a lot of these songs were just outpourings of things like I felt like that I was learning in our dating and engagement, and things that I was like, man, I don't feel like there's a lot of good R&B music that I want to play on me and my wife's special night. Like when we leave the altar and we go back to the hotel room, I was like, what am I going to put on? I was like, it's some R&B cats that I really love, but I feel like I don't want that unpure in the hotel room on me and my wife's special night, where somebody's talking about, they with this one girl, but they'll leave her and go get another girl on the side. I'm like, no, I'm with one woman. This is forever. Like, I don't want that raunchy. I want something pure. So I was like, who better to do it than me? So I felt like I was doing something not just for me, but something that was going to bless other people on their wedding days that they could play my album. It became like an anthem. And so I used basically the wedding itself to promote it, and we posted a lot of stories from the wedding, and we dropped it, and it did extremely well. And so, I don't think I made a bad decision.
Okay. Then what's a day in the life for you right now?
A day in the life for me right now is opening the windows, of course, trying to get as much sunlight in the crib as I can. Doing a lot of home exercises because I would be at the gym regularly, but the gym is closed. So doing home exercises with my wife. She's a great cook, and so she cooks. I clean. Recently, I've been cooking as well, and so we eat, we work out, we read, we try to keep things exciting and interesting so we don't get bored of each other, but also annoy each other too much. And we try not to just binge watch Netflix, but really it's not much you can do. So, and then currently we trying to, just stay afloat. So that's what a day in the life right now is looking like.
What kind of books you read?
So I read everything. Right now, and my reading is actually intense right now, but it's light compared to when I'm in album mode. So right now, I'm reading probably 4 books at one time, which if people think that's intense, they gotta see me when I'm writing an album. But right now, I'm reading my seminary book, of course, which is like homework. So that's not really of my own choosing, but that's just heavy theology and science, real boring, but real life-giving stuff. I'm reading The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson. I'm reading this book called The Remnant, which is about integrity and the reason that the world is frustrated with leaders, and I consider myself a leader. The book is basically talking about leaders are so corrupt nowadays, and they're so dishonest, and they don't have any personal integrity when nobody's looking at. When all eyes are on them, they crumble. So that book is teaching me a lot about leadership and personal integrity. And then the other book, I can't remember the other one off top right now, but those are the ones I can remember.
Then, what's seminary? Like preaching or something?
Yeah, so seminary is is basically what you could take that in class. You could go to college for seminary and be like, okay, seminary is going to give me the degree so that I could preach, so that I could teach the word. But what I'm doing, the seminary course that I'm doing, it's not for a church office. It's not for me to try to preach. It's for basically for me to do street ministry, which is what I've been doing my whole life. So I want to be able to, if I'm walking through Harlem and I get ran up on by the black Hebrew Israelites, you know what I'm saying? I need to be able to defend Jesus and why he's the king. You know what I'm saying? I need to be able to speak and show love to my Muslim brothers while not making them feel disrespected, but also making them respect my mind and my faith, because I know exactly where things are in the Bible, and I can break down Isaac versus Ishmael and the Solomon's temple and all these things. So it's giving me a lot of that firepower to my faith, so that I'm not ignorant, so that I can actually have more fuel to when I'm speaking and showing the love of God. When people start having questions, I can have some firepower behind it. So it's been really dope, and it's been making I'm super excited to see how much it changes my lyricism.
Mm. Did you listen to that Jay Electronica Jay-Z album?
Yeah, I did. I played it like 3 times. I was super excited because, you know, it's been a long time coming. Everybody's been waiting for Jay Electronica. And, yeah, but, you know, I was having this conversation with my cousin. I feel like there's nobody, you know, if they had to give an answer, if they had to give somebody who could rap with Jay Electronica, he's a master lyricist, like he's a master MC. Jay-Z as well completely established himself as a master. Like, you don't have, at least from my perspective, I don't think of no Christian rappers that I could think of that anybody thinks of as a master MC. And I don't think I'm a master MC, but I think that Jay Electronica's album inspired me of what I would like to become, and the path I could see myself going down, where I want to get that knife with the pen, where I can talk about these things and people can see the pictures in their head. So I was extremely inspired, and I feel like I'm being equipped for whatever role God is preparing to put me in as far as in this hip hop game, because I feel like I'm gonna be ready when my time comes.
Mm. Do you have any hidden talents?
Hidden talents. I'm probably rusty now, but I used to be a nice trumpet player. I grew up playing the trumpet, and I read music, and I used to compose and play jazz. So next time I go down to Atlanta, I'm gonna get my trumpet and bring it back, because I really want to get back, continue to get unrusty with that. But probably trumpet, and I think teaching. I think I really have a passion for teaching and breaking down concepts to people. So I think those would probably be my hidden talents, trumpet and teaching.
And then what's next for you?
What's next? What's next as of this moment is, I think, trying to make the most out of everything that I'm able to do during quarantine, and make sure that I use this time to actually grow and become better. I think a lot of us, we're facing the temptation of just becoming insulated and becoming people who stick to ourselves, because that's all we can do, and staying inside, sleeping and being lazy. But I'm trying to come out of quarantine better. I'm trying to come out stronger, more fit, trying to come out smarter, having read more books, having learned more. I want to be a better husband. So, and I want to be a better rapper. I want to be able to stand on the mic. That's why I'm working on my memory. I want to go on Sway in the morning. I want to go on on Flex. Like, I want to go on all these shows, and I want to literally demolish the beat, whatever they throw at me. So I'm working to try to get to a place where I have no fear, and I can say what God needs me to say, and I can do what I need to do. So that's what's next.
All right. What would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
Man, what I would love to say to my fans and supporters is I appreciate everybody who's been with me for the journey. I know some of y'all have been here since the MPH Man Praising Hard days. I'll be seeing y'all commenting online and letting me know that y'all been rocking with me, man, since I was literally a little kid in a throwback jersey running around the streets of Atlanta. And so I appreciate the continued love and support, because I wouldn't be here without you guys buying my music, merch, supporting me. And yeah, there's a lot more coming. I got a lot more music coming. I got a lot more music videos, features coming with some big people. And so just please stay connected with me. And also follow your dreams. If I can do it, and I'm not special, and I'm just a regular dude who just chose to believe God when God gave him a vision, then you can do the same.
And anybody just not hearing about you, why should they go check you out and follow you?
If somebody hasn't heard of me, and they want to know why they should follow me, I would say you should follow me, because if you really want to find out this nostalgic feel, like somebody who really understands hip-hop and where it came from, I would say you'd love to listen to my music, because I'm going to give you that bridge between that real hip-hop culture, that real hip-hop root, but then also that modern, you know what I'm saying, modern beat, modern production. I make really fun records, but I make very complex and just lyrical records that's going to soothe your soul too. So I've got a good balance. So I would say that's why you should listen to me.
All right, man. I want to say thanks for coming through Politickin with me.
Definitely. Thank you for having me, dude. For real.
Yeah, no doubt. You got any shout outs?
Man, I want to shout out my beautiful wife, Cellus Hamilton. I want to shout out my family in Atlanta, my boy Nabel Heights, my boy CA. I think he's the best rapper in the world out of Chicago. Most people don't know him right now, but I literally think he's the best rapper in the world, and he's going to get his time. And yeah, man, those are my shout outs.
And who was that? CA?
CA. SE''A.
And he already got music out?
He's got music out. Me and him actually did a song. It's
like C, but he just got apostrophe in it?
It's SE''A.
Yeah, but it's like, that's C, right?
Yeah, but it's CA. Yeah, it's spelled like C.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, I ain't even gassing. I think he's the best rapper in the world.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna check me out. I'm gonna check him out and see what's up. I'm gonna call your ass right back, man. What's going on, man?
Check out this song called Choices. You'll see.
Alright, man. We'll say thanks for coming through.
Man, no problem. Appreciate you for having me. Man, it's your boy Cellus Hamilton. I'm right here PoPolitickin right now, and I need y'all to stay tuned with everything I got coming for real.
16.
I don't know about the method, but alls I know they gon' kill me, I represent. These is parables telling you how it is. Sacrificing my every comfort to give. Malcolm Martin, Jesus was murdered for doing this. Live your life for others and giving up for the poor. Speaking for the voiceless and reconciling the wrong. Fight against the darkness and making sure it's exposed. They tell me to stop, never, my life was never my own. A bullet just sound, my stomach just turned. I'm moving around the side of the town where it's hip and cool to be down. Not running away from the fight. These homies is brave, not braver than me, cause my life too precious for grave. But the one who rose from the grave has commissioned me, studied his words and picked up his empathy. Now I see the hood differently, so why would I move from it? Just like the dancers on TV stole all the moves from it. But back to my sermon about life, though it's really about death. I live to make the world better and die to my flesh. I live to overcome the evil and stomp on his head, and in the process kill these rappers in every breath. But when the music stops, the realest one's done standing. Since I would never bow, they gon' aim to give legs in my head. Damage, I'ma live like Jesus till the day I die. I never bow, so you might as well take my life. In the presence of witnesses, grateful to witness this modern day ministry. Jesus versus nemesis, Peter versus crucifixion is the farther I get from evil, nearer the evil. I don't know about the method, but alls I know they gon' kill me, I represent. These is parables telling you how it is. Sacrificing my every comfort to give. Malcolm Martin, Jesus was murdered for doing this. Live your life for others and giving up for the poor. Speaking for the voiceless and reconciling the wrong. Fight against the darkness and making sure it's exposed. They tell me to stop, never, my life was never my own.
I'm just trying to be a blessing, knowing I ain't gotta try to be when I'm honestly a reflection. Even I will lie to me if I'm honest about deception. Sin bring me novelty, the word brings me correction. Every rebuke ain't pleasant, every refute ain't flexing on the part of others. The mind of the Father is far above us, and we remain in this game though they try to shrug us. That's okay, I know what it would mean if the world would love us. And that woman from Proverbs 7 come try to cuff us. She went and poured myrrh and aloe upon her covers. It's through the snares of the flesh that death will try to touch us. Before I'm crushed by these puppets, I'ma preach to the gutters. Cause in this narcissistic world, I'ma serve my brothers. Complacency, blatantly attempting to try to drug us. All this truth in me, proof I'm ready for scrutiny. And every song I sing, I introduce thee to the God above us.
In the presence of witnesses, grateful to witness this modern day ministry. Jesus versus nemesis, Peter versus crucifixion is the farther I get from evil, nearer the evil come. I feel it, they plotting, they fear me, they blocking. I kill it, they copy, they just won't stop me young. I feel it, they plotting, they fear me, they blocking. I kill it, they copy, they just won't stop me young. I don't know about the method, but alls I know they gon' kill me, I represent. These is parables telling you how it is. Sacrificing my every comfort to give. Malcolm Martin, Jesus was murdered for doing this. Live your life for others and giving up for the poor. Speaking for the voiceless and reconciling the wrong. Fight against the darkness and making sure it's exposed. They tell me to stop, never, my life was never my own.
The PoPolitickin Show is brought to you by Audible. With over 180,000 titles to choose from, Audible is great for any continuous learner wanting to grow and expand their knowledge and insight. Go to www.audibletrial.com/POAudio and get an audiobook of your choice free with a 30-day trial. After the trial, your paid membership will begin at $14.95 per month. With your membership, you will receive 1 credit every month, good for an audiobook on Audible. Cancel before your trial ends and you will not be charged. So go to www.audibletrial.com/POAudio and download a free book by Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Napoleon Hill, Les Brown, Damon John, and more. Always remember that knowledge is power.